Kia ora YouTube, my name's Glenn Vickery. Welcome to my YouTube channel Kiwi Bushcraft and Survival. And today I'm going to be showing you some new gear that I've just recently purchased. Obviously by the title you'll know it's the Samick Sage 45 pound bow and accessories, hunting accessories. So this is a bow that I've been wanting to add to my gear for quite some time, but as you all know, prioritising gear is very important, and other gear has basically been more important, and you've got to ration out your finances as well, obviously, and get things as you can get them. So I purchased my bow and gears from a place in Waiuku, Auckland, called Stick Shooter Supplies, and the person that I purchased through was Nigel, and I'm going to say on YouTube right now he was very helpful and very knowledgeable. So and the gear is top notch, okay, brand spanking new, no problems with it whatsoever. So unlike other gear I've purchased at other places, okay, it can be a little iffy sometimes. The gear at Stick Shooter Supplies is top notch. So if you're keen on getting anything from there, you'll find them on the internet, and I bought all my stuff online through them. So thank you, Nigel. Okay, anyway, let's get into the gear and let's see what we got. Okay, so starting off, the first thing obviously is the Samick Sage. Okay, so here's the Samick Sage here. I'll just turn this around so I can see. Okay, so here's the Samick Sage here. I got the 45 pound bow, and the reason why I got the 45 pound bow, this is right-handed, 45 pound bow. So if you're right-handed, you get a right-handed bow. Okay. The reason why I got a 45 pound bow is because one, it's got the killing power to take down anything in New Zealand. The minimum poundage by law in New Zealand is 40 pound. You must have at least a 40 pound bow. Now bows can go up to 60 pound, but this here in particular, I wanted something powerful enough to do the job, but also the more poundage you have on your bow, the harder it is to hold back, which means you're going to get movement. So that's fine if you're just going for like large game like deer and pigs and whatnot, but if you're going for smaller game like rabbits and possums or anything else like that, not that you want to shoot possums in trees because you'll lose your bow and then also the safety component to that, but if a possum's down low on the ground or something, then no problem. Okay, so 45 pound, I went for the 45 pound bow so that I could have that stability when going for smaller targets as well, okay, for smaller game, so it can take out both small game, medium game and large game, and that's the reason why I went for the 45 pound. Also on top of that, I'm new to archery, so this is the first time I've ever had a bow, apart from being a kid and just, you know, slapping a piece of string on a stick and whatnot. This is actually my first time bow and first time using it since being a kid. Okay, never actually used a real bow before, so this is a huge addition to my gear, and it's also a huge addition to my my learning. So anyway, so that's that. What else did I get? I also purchased the hunting package to go with this bow, and at Stick Shooter Supplies they offer different hunting different packages that you can purchase One of the packages was you could get a bow and the hunting package called, I think it was called the Toa hunting package, or you could get just the you could pick your own bow and then pick a hunting package to go with the bow that you'd selected yourself, which is what I did. So I selected this one, the Samick Sage, and then the hunting package to go with it. So what do you get with the hunting package? Well, basically you get, let's put that down, you get 4, actually I'll grab my piece of paper so I can, so I don't go you guys wrong in what you actually get. Okay, so you get your bow of your choice, right? And then for the hunting package, which is pretty much you're ready to hunt as soon as you get the package, slap it together. You get the Unibo Slinger. Okay, so here's the Unibo Universal Slinger. It's a bear paw slinger. So this allows you to string your bow without damaging it. Now you can string your bow without one of these, but for a little bit of weight and space to protect your gear, I would have to say it's well worth having. Okay, definitely a must-have, I would say. Okay, the other thing was one calf hair shooting tab, which is where are we? Down here. So this is the calf tab, okay, and basically it's just a double finger tab, okay, well triple finger tab, okay, so you put your finger through it and you have your fingers on it and it just releases. So nice and small, nice and light, and I mean you can pull back on the string without it. I don't feel any pain at all doing it, but I suppose if you're doing it all day or whatnot, you're probably going to feel it. So a good addition there. And that's the bear paw product as well. Okay. One Eagle Flight Mini Max 4 arrow. Okay, so here's the Eagle Max here. Is you can see here where your arrows go into here. Okay, and it can hold 4 arrows here. So the arrows are attached to your bow the whole time while you're hunting. And I went for this option. I like this option because you've got your arrows on you all the time, out of the way, so they're not getting caught up in the bush. If you've got like your arrows in a quiver around your waist or over your back, for anyone that's been through the bush a lot, you'll get caught on everything with things sticking out. So having it on the bow, brilliant. And this can come off easily. It's just velcroed on. And I felt the quality of it's very good. Okay. As long as you look after it, like anything, it should last a long time. What else do you get with the hunting package? One pair of beaver balls. Okay, and so these are the 2 silencers here that you get there as part of it, and that just silences your bow down. Another thing I must mention is that I'll mention it a bit later. Okay, one bow square. Okay, so you get a bow square as well, and this here allows you to make sure that your bowstring is at the correct distance away from your shooting hand. Okay, so the string has to be a certain distance. So you definitely need one of these as well. You don't definitely need one, but it's worth having just to check. Okay, you can just use your hand to figure out the distance, but it's good to have something like that. I mean, it's not a problem. Okay, four bear paw pemphilan traditional bamboo carved arrows. Okay, 4-inch fletchings. Alright, so there's the arrows there. Quite nice carbon, but also it's got bamboo on the outside, so it's like carbon on the inside, bamboo on the outside. And these come with the tips here for target shooting. Alright, and here's the fletchings here. I went for 2 white on the bottom, which are called the hens, and the red one on the top, which is called the rooster, I believe. Okay, I might be wrong because I'm only new to this. That's there, and I went for the black and red and black and white. It's turned out quite nice. The notching at the back there, white, and yeah, no, very nice. So and Nigel will cut the arrows to the length that will suit your draw, okay, on the bow. So he'll personalise everything for you, which is brilliant. Not a problem at all. Okay, what else do you get? Yep, so he'll tune the arrows in for your draw length to go with the bow that you have as well. It comes with the target points, as I said, and you can unscrew these target points. So see the target point on the end there? You can unscrew that, and you can screw on for hunting your broadhead arrow tips. Okay. Now Nigel will throw in 6 broadhead arrow tips. He'll throw in the 6 Tusker ones, but I upgraded to these Bodkin 3-bladed broadhead arrowheads. Okay, so with the package that you get, anything you want to upgrade, if you want to upgrade your glove to a full hand glove, or you want to upgrade the arrows, or upgrade the broadheads, or anything else you want to upgrade, you can upgrade, and he'll just adjust the payment, the cost to your upgrade. Okay, that's about it for the gear. Extra stuff that I bought, I purchased an extra string. Okay, so this string here, this one here that you see in front of me here, that's the original string that the bow comes with. Okay, it's just a normal string, nothing wrong with it, but I upgraded to a faster string. Okay, the more customized string, and again, there's different options there on the website for upgrading your string. What did I get? I didn't get the fast. There's one called a fast string. I didn't get that. I just got a custom one. What else? I also upgraded. I also purchased this here. This here is a bag. Okay, a fleece bag for when you break down, when you take the bow apart, you can put the 2 limbs into these long bits here, and then your riser into here. The middle part of the bow goes into here. Okay, and that's just to protect the bow while it's taken down and in your pack. Okay. Other pieces I bought, just plonk this on here so it don't blow away. Other pieces I purchased as extras was on the end here. See these little rubber, there's a rubber there, and another piece of rubber there. Okay, and what those are for is that when you're going through the bush, these will stop all the twigs from going up here and getting caught underneath the string on the end here. I don't know what they're called though. Okay, I don't know what they're called. The other thing I purchased as an extra was on the base, on the foot of the bow, at the bottom of the bow. It's just a protector to protect the bottom of the bow, so that when you're placing your bow down on the ground, imagine my hand is my foot, and you place the bow on your top of your foot. It's just giving it some protection for the bowstring and the base of your bow. Okay, just giving some. You don't want to be digging this into the ground, okay, and things like that. So just some form of protection there. So those are a couple of little extras that I purchased with the gear. Oh, one other thing I purchased that it doesn't come with, that I thought would is quite important, is a traditional arm guard. Okay, so there it is there, traditional arm guard. Apparently it lasts for about 5 years. Expiry is after 5 years of first starting to use it, depending on how much you use it, of course. And that's it there. So it's basically an arm guard. And what that does is, I got the traditional one because it's the largest one that they have. And it's not about whether you have just large forearms. I mean, this fits over me just perfectly, being the largest one. But the good thing about this is that if you've got a baggy shirt or jacket on, you can chuck, because it's larger, you can chuck this over your hose, actually on your forearm. Okay, so a lot of people normally roll their sleeve up, okay, and then they'll chuck this on. But the beauty with being larger is that if you've got your sleeves down, which you would normally do in a tactical situation, you'd always have your sleeves down to prevent shine from your skin, but also to protect yourself in the jungle or in the bush from leeches or mosquitoes and things like that, because you don't want to be bitten by mosquitoes and get malaria. So you'd normally keep your sleeves down in the bush or in the jungle. Not so much of a problem in New Zealand, but definitely shine can give you away. So you got your sleeves down, okay, and depending on how many layers of clothing you got, you want something to keep those baggy clothes in around your arm, because anything baggy is gonna, the bowstring is gonna hit that, could hit the baggy clothing, and slow down your bow speed, or even throw your arrow off target. Okay, so I think that this is quite an important addition to your shot placement, okay, with your bow. So that's why I got one. Anyway, what else did I get? I got 2 targets, which are basically, as you can see over here where I'm pointing, got 2 of those. Basically, they are only like about $2.50 each, I think, or $3 each, not much. And the other one, and I just put them on the, I'll just take this camera off. So I just put some double-sided tape on the other side and just taped them to a bit of cardboard that was lying around. And here's the other one over here. Alright, and I've set myself up a little target shoot in the backyard, and in the back here he threw in this it's like a bag with foam in it, okay, just for a bit of target practice. So that's what I'm going to be having a shot at today. with the bow. Okay, once I've got it set up, which it's almost ready, it comes set up already, but I've got to do a couple of things with the quiver. Inside the quiver here, you can see here inside the quiver, just try and get a shot there where those 4 dots are. I've just put those in there, and I need to dig the broadhead arrows into there so that the arrows can hold in there safely in the foam. So I'm going to do that first, and then I'm going to come out here and have a quick shot, have my first shot of a Samick Sage 45-pound bow. The height of these bows is 62 inches for those that are into bows, and you'll get to see my first shots on a real bow. So I'm looking forward to that. So I'm just going to pause it there, go and sort this quiver out with the arrows, and then I'm going to come back and take a couple of shots, and I'm looking forward to it. So stay with me, be back shortly. So I've just gone and put the broadheads into the quiver here, and all I did was I just didn't have the actual arrows attached. I just got the broadheads themselves, just by themselves, and I pushed them in, okay, where they'd all sit in nicely, where they're not technically touching the leather case. Alright, and once I'd pushed them in, where they're in far enough that they're not going to harm you, okay, when you're handling the bow, then I've gone and screwed the arrows into the broadheads and fitted them onto the end of the quiver, the bow quiver here, okay, attached them in place. And so that's how she's looking now, with the broadhead arrows on there. So what I'm going to do now is because I don't want to be using the broadheads for the target shooting at this stage. There's not much change, I believe, between broadheads and target heads when it comes to shooting. I mean, there is a difference, but not too much that it's too much to worry about. So what I'm going to do now is, because I'm doing target shooting, I'm going to go and take these out, swap them out with my target heads. Okay, here's the target head here. I'll just grab one in my pocket. Okay, so here's the target head there. Okay, you can see that it's screw on. Alright, and I'm going to go and swap these 4 arrows out for the target heads, and then we're going to have ourselves a few shots. Alright, check it out. We'll be right back. So we're back now, and I've changed them out for the target heads now, and if you can see in there, you might be able to see, I can't see, it's quite glary out here for me on the screen, but you might see where the broadheads went in, and then the target arrows just fit in there where those were. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to aim the camera where I'm going to be shooting from. Hopefully it picks me up okay. Should do. Alright, and make sure if you set this up in your backyard that it's set up safely, that you're not going to you know, injure anybody else. Okay, alright, and you're very aware of what you're doing. Well team, before we even look at those, tell you what, powerful. Okay, let's go and check that out. I'll just put this bow down and I'll take this camera off the tripod. Actually, I'll zoom it in first, eh? Yeah, look at that. Two on the bottom right there, just straight through, right up to the, you know, mind you, it's just hitting the, going through cardboard at that point there, which is probably not the best thing. So don't want to wreck the fletchings, that's the feathers. Anyway, no sense taking this off the tripod. That was the depth of the first one. It was the ones where it missed the actual bag behind the target. You can see it's hammered the fletchings there a little bit. Okay, so I'm just trying to see if that will repair itself back up, which it is doing. Okay. So that's repaired itself back pretty much. Okay, little fletching there. I was a bit worried about that, the fletching. Don't want to get it damaged in the first shots. So that's a learning lesson there, to make sure that you're hitting the target bag from the beginning. But it is, you can see where those were quite munted. Okay, and there it is, back again, repaired, fixed. Just this one here. It just reconnects up, team, just like that. That's pretty good. So anyway, yeah, wow, it's got to sort of make you wonder why, you know, some of us haven't been doing this a lot sooner with bows and whatnot. But not too bad. It's probably about, I don't know, the distance is probably about, I would say 20 metres, probably 20 metres, okay. Really powerful, and you know, accuracy is not too bad for first time. Once I find out where I've got to aim, my aiming point is such that out, should be good. I must admit it's a little bit different aiming it with a bow compared to a rifle or a pistol. You know, there's nothing to sort of line up with as such. So I've just got to try and figure out where my exact an aim point is, and I'll be good. Should be good. My main thing today was just to hit the target. Okay, which is a success, so that's good. And knowing it's safe to shoot out here. Just be aware that if you are shooting out in your backyard or something like that, you've got to make sure that the neighbours are okay with it. Okay, don't you should not make anyone fearful when you're doing this sort of thing. Certainly don't do it down at a public park unless you have probably council authority. Otherwise your best bet is to go out in the bush somewhere and set yourself up there, or join a club. Last couple of things. One thing I didn't get that I need to get is string wax, so some wax for the bowstring, and that just protects it and gives it longevity or life. And I think that was about it. I didn't mention the costs. I think the whole package here, the bow itself was $339. Right, that comes with the string, the original string, and then with the rest of it, I think the whole package, including the bow, was around between $700 and $800 New Zealand dollars. So it's not a cheap package, but it certainly is, you know, gets you out there and gets you hunting, and it's a lot of fun at the same time. So thanks for coming along. I'll see you on the next video, and take care of yourselves. Bye bye. Hey, all right, I've reset the target area a little better this time. So I've got like old couch cushions. Okay, they're better set up now, where if I hit that target, the cardboard, it shouldn't go right through to where the fletchings are. So let's have a look how we go. Brilliant. So team, I couldn't help myself. I had to like just take a few more shots. Anyway, as you can see, I've got it set up better now, where if it goes through the cardboard, it's going to hit something. Okay, there's no dead space behind the cardboard. It's going to hit something that's going to hold the arrow back. So some of these cushions, right, cushions like this from out of your cushions like this from off an old couch, old lounge suite. Okay, perfect. They work perfect to pull back the arrows. Okay, but yeah, loving it. See you on the next video.